Chosen one, I have an urgent message for you today, and you must hear this carefully. This is not for everyone. Only those who walk the true path of God, only those who feel the fire of the divine calling burning within, should listen. If you are not a follower of God's will, if you do not feel chosen for a higher purpose, then stop here. But if you are truly one of His, then this message has reached you at the perfect time. Today, what I share will change the way you see your path, your purpose, and even yourself. You may have felt the weight of walking alone, the loneliness, the doubts, the misunderstandings. I am here to tell you, chosen one, that this solitude is not a curse. It is the proof of your divine mission. Walking alone is not a sign of weakness. It is the mark of a life set apart for God. This is why you must embrace it, not fear it. Stay with me till the end, for what you are about to hear will awaken the clarity, peace, and confidence you need to continue your divine journey. Before we continue, chosen one, give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, tap the bell icon, and comment 777 below to let others know you are fully aligned with the mission God has given you. 2. Understanding the divine path and its solitude. Chosen one, I want you to truly understand what it means to walk the divine path. Many of you have felt the gentle pull, the whisper of God's voice guiding you, sometimes faint, sometimes thunderous, telling you that your life is meant for more than the ordinary. The divine path is not easy, and it is not meant to be. It is sacred, set apart, and often lonely. But that loneliness is part of the blessing. You see, the path that God has chosen for you is not like the paths of others. It is unique, intentional, and divinely orchestrated. While the world moves in crowds, following familiar patterns and temporary pleasures, you are called to walk alone, to listen, to grow, and to prepare for something greater. Many fail to understand this, chosen one, and that is why they cannot see your vision. You are set apart because your heart carries a mission that is larger than yourself, a mission that cannot be watered down by compromise or distracted by the opinions of others. Solitude is not punishment, it is preparation. When you walk alone, you develop clarity. You hear the voice of God more distinctly. You begin to see your life through the lens of eternity rather than fleeting earthly concerns. There is a beauty in this, chosen one, a sacred rhythm in learning to trust God without intermediaries, to rely on Him completely. I want you to imagine the great figures of the Bible who walked alone for their mission. Moses spent 40 days and nights alone on the mountain, receiving the law directly from God. Elijah walked through deserts, pursued by those who did not understand his purpose, yet he was never abandoned. David fled into the wilderness alone, yet he grew in faith, wisdom, and strength. Jesus himself often withdrew to solitary places to pray, to realign his spirit with God's will. Solitude is the crucible in which your spirit is purified, chosen one. It is here that your divine essence is refined, your mission clarified, and your faith deepened. You might feel the sting of loneliness sometimes. Friends do not understand, family may question your choices, and society may label you strange or unconventional. This is normal. In fact, it is confirmation that you are walking the path of the chosen. God does not call everyone to this level of responsibility. Only those who are prepared, only those whose hearts are aligned with His eternal plan, are called to walk this road. And you, chosen one, are among them. Solitude is not emptiness. It is fulfillment in waiting. When you learn to embrace your alone time, you begin to hear things you never heard before, the whispers of angels, the guidance of the Spirit, and the subtle signs that God places before you. You start to notice patterns in your life that were invisible when you were distracted by crowds. Your decisions become wiser, your understanding deeper, and your spirit more resilient. Walking alone also teaches you humility. It reminds you that you cannot rely solely on human wisdom, on worldly connections, or fleeting comforts. You learn to depend on God, to seek His will first in every choice, every step, every breath. This is why the chosen ones are often misunderstood. They are not walking in ignorance of others, but in obedience to a higher authority, to a divine plan that transcends earthly understanding. There is power in solitude, chosen one, but only if you understand its purpose. It is a training ground for the soul. It is a time when your character is tested, when your patience is refined, when your faith is made unshakable. You are learning to walk without fear, without distraction, without compromise. And in that walking alone, God speaks directly to you. I know it can feel heavy at times. I know the silence can seem deafening and the nights long and empty. But do not fear. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. Every step you take alone is a step into God's presence. Every challenge you face without companionship strengthens you in ways that no crowd could. Every tear shed in private is a cleansing for your spirit. Solitude is God's gift to you, chosen one, if only you learn to see it as such. You might wonder, why must I endure this alone? Why can't others walk with me? The answer is simple. Your mission is unique. It cannot be diluted. It cannot be compromised. Others, even those well-meaning, may not understand your calling. Their presence, though loving, can slow your progress, cloud your vision, and distract you from hearing God clearly. Walking alone is not about isolation in bitterness. It is about alignment, focus, and spiritual growth. It is about creating space for God to work fully in your life. Let me assure you, chosen one, that walking alone is not a permanent state of loneliness. It is a necessary season, a sacred chapter in your journey. You are being prepared for your divine mission, for your God-given purpose. The fruits of this solitary path will become evident in due time. You will emerge stronger, wiser, and more attuned to the will of God than ever before. And when the right moment comes, God will surround you with the people, opportunities, and blessings that align perfectly with your mission. So, do not fear the silence. Do not resent the solitude. Embrace it. Walk with confidence, knowing that God is with you in every step, in every thought, in every prayer. The divine path is yours to tread, chosen one, and walking alone is not a punishment. It is a privilege. Remember this, the world may not understand you, and that is exactly as it should be. You are not here to seek validation from others. You are here to fulfill God's plan, to serve His mission, and to grow into the fullness of your calling. Walking alone is a sacred part of that journey, and it is the reason you are different, chosen, and powerful in ways that others cannot comprehend. Your solitude is a blessing, your journey a preparation, and your calling divine. Embrace it fully with faith, courage, and unwavering trust in God's plan. 3. The challenges of walking alone. Chosen one, walking the divine path is not meant to be easy. I will not sugarcoat it for you. There are moments when the road feels unbearably lonely, when the weight of your mission presses on your shoulders like a mountain, and when the world around you seems indifferent, even hostile. These challenges are not signs that you have failed. They are confirmations that you are on the right path. One of the first challenges you face is misunderstanding. Those closest to you may not comprehend why you make certain choices, why you refuse to follow conventional paths, or why your priorities differ from theirs. Family, friends, colleagues, many of them may see your devotion as strange, even extreme. They may ask, why can't you just live like everyone else? Chosen one, these questions are not meant to deter you. They are tests of your faith, opportunities for you to reaffirm your commitment to God's calling. Remember, even Jesus was misunderstood by those closest to Him. Another challenge is doubt. Doubt can creep in like a silent thief in the night. You may question your own abilities, your purpose, or even whether God truly guides your steps. These moments of uncertainty are natural, chosen one, and they serve a purpose. They strip away pride, arrogance, and dependence on self, leaving only your trust in God. When you embrace these doubts with prayer and reflection, they transform into wisdom and clarity. Isolation itself is a test. Walking alone can feel heavy at times, like a cold wind cutting through your spirit. But this solitude is purposeful. It teaches patience, endurance, and resilience. It allows your soul to grow without distraction. Many chosen ones have faced moments when loneliness feels unbearable, yet in those moments, divine revelations are often received. The silence of your journey is not emptiness. It is a sanctuary for your soul. Spiritual attacks are another challenge, chosen one. The forces that oppose God's mission are relentless. They manifest as temptations, distractions, and fears designed to pull you away from your path. You may encounter people who speak words of discouragement, situations that feel overwhelming, or internal battles that shake your faith. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs that your mission is important, that the enemy recognizes the power of your calling. Resist, persevere, and stay grounded in prayer. Society's expectations weigh heavily on chosen ones. People expect conformity, comfort, and compromise. Your refusal to settle for mediocrity may isolate you. You may feel pressure to abandon your higher purpose for the sake of fitting in or avoiding judgment. Remember, chosen one, God did not choose you to blend in. He chose you to shine, to fulfill a mission that requires courage, integrity, and faith above all else. There is also the challenge of impatience. Walking alone can feel slow, as if your steps are not leading anywhere. You may wonder why your efforts seem unnoticed, why your prayers appear unanswered, or why blessings are delayed. These are lessons in timing. God's plan unfolds perfectly, even if it seems delayed in your perception. Trust that every trial, every moment of waiting, is preparing you for the full expression of your purpose. Another difficulty is resisting comparison. You may look at others who appear successful, comfortable, or surrounded by companionship and feel inadequate. But their paths are not yours. Your journey is unique, chosen one, and comparing it to others only clouds your clarity. Walking alone allows you to focus on God's guidance, not human measures of achievement. Embrace your path with patience, and you will see the beauty and power that comes from divine alignment. Emotional exhaustion is real. When you walk alone, the responsibility feels immense. You carry your mission, your calling, and your destiny on your shoulders. There are days when it seems too much to bear. Yet, chosen one, it is precisely in these moments that your spirit is strengthened. God's presence is most profound when you feel the weight of your journey. Solitude is the training ground for endurance, shaping your spirit into one that can carry the divine mission with grace and courage. Rejection is another trial. You may experience rejection from people who cannot understand your devotion, from opportunities that fail to materialize, or from circumstances that feel unfair. These rejections are divine pruning. They remove what is not meant for your path, leaving only what aligns with God's will. Embrace rejection as a sign of divine protection, chosen one. It is God's way of guiding you toward what truly belongs in your life. Finally, the challenge of remaining steadfast amidst all of these trials is the ultimate test. The world will try to pull you off your path. Doubts will whisper in your ear, and solitude may feel endless. But remember, chosen one, every step of this challenging journey is preparing you for your divine purpose. Each struggle, each moment of isolation is refining your spirit, deepening your faith, and strengthening your resolve. I want you to internalize this truth. Challenges are not obstacles, they are milestones. They mark your growth, your perseverance, and your alignment with God's plan. The chosen ones who have walked before you faced these same trials, and they emerged victorious. You are no different. Every challenge you face alone is a divine invitation to rise above, to trust more deeply, and to embrace your God-given strength. So when you feel misunderstood, when doubt creeps in, when society pressures you, when emotional exhaustion weighs heavy, remember, these are signs that you are chosen. These are confirmations that your path is sacred. Do not run from them. Do not resent them. Walk through them with faith, courage, and unwavering trust in God. The challenges of walking alone are not punishments. They are preparation, chosen one, preparation for a life that will fulfill your highest divine calling. Remember, the strength you gain in solitude, the wisdom you cultivate in silence, and the clarity you achieve through reflection are treasures far greater than any worldly companionship or approval. The divine path is yours, and only you can walk it with the fidelity, courage, and devotion it requires. 4. The spiritual rewards of solitude. Chosen. 1. After everything I have shared, it is essential that you understand the blessing hidden in the solitude you walk. The world teaches fear of being alone, yet God has a different perspective. Solitude is not emptiness. It is a sacred gift, a place where your spirit grows stronger, your faith deepens, and your connection with the divine becomes unmistakable. When you walk alone, chosen one, you learn to hear God's voice more clearly. In the noise of the world, the whispers of the Spirit are often drowned out by distractions, opinions, and chaos. Solitude strips away these distractions, creating a sanctuary where God can speak directly to your heart. You begin to recognize His guidance in ways you never noticed before. Decisions become less complicated because you rely not on human advice, but on divine wisdom. Every thought, every feeling, becomes a mirror reflecting God's plan for you. Another reward is clarity. Walking alone provides perspective. Life's illusions, what society values, what others prioritize, what the world labels success, fade into the background. You start seeing what truly matters, what your mission requires, and what will serve God's plan. This clarity brings peace. You are no longer enslaved to approval or the fear of judgment. You become anchored in purpose, and every step feels deliberate and meaningful. Solitude also strengthens your spiritual resilience. Challenges that once seemed overwhelming now feel manageable. When you face opposition or temptation, your mind and heart are prepared. The trials you endured while alone refine your character, strengthen your resolve, and polish your faith. You discover strength within that you never knew existed. Your spirit becomes like gold, refined by fire, shining brighter with every moment of patience, every prayer, every act of trust in God. Inner peace is another profound reward, chosen one. In the quiet of solitude, anxiety fades. The weight of constant distraction, worry, and expectation diminishes. You experience a stillness that is deeply healing. This is not the absence of life's struggles, but the presence of God in a profound and intimate way. Your mind becomes a sanctuary, your heart a temple, and your soul aligned with divine rhythm. You also gain wisdom. When alone, you reflect on your actions, your thoughts, and your purpose. Mistakes become lessons, and successes become reminders of God's faithfulness. This wisdom is not intellectual alone, it is spiritual. You learn discernment, understanding the difference between worldly desires and divine calling. You can navigate life's complexities with insight, seeing paths that others overlook. Solitude fosters creativity in fulfilling God's mission. When you are not swayed by the noise of others, your ideas, insights, and inspirations flow freely. You begin to see solutions, opportunities, and innovations that align perfectly with your purpose. God uses this alone time to plant seeds of inspiration, which will later bloom into acts of service, leadership, and miracles that only a chosen one can manifest. Moreover, solitude strengthens your prayer life. Conversations with God become deeper, more heartfelt, and more frequent. Without distractions, your prayers become more than words. They become a dialogue, a communion, a space where God's presence is tangible. You discover that He is not distant. He is intimate, personal, and guiding every step of your journey. Faith grows stronger in solitude. As you face the world alone, resist temptation, and remain committed to your mission, your trust in God becomes unshakable. You no longer need validation from others. Your confirmation comes from Him. This is freedom, chosen one. A freedom that only those who walk alone can truly know. There is also the gift of spiritual maturity. In solitude, you learn patience, humility, and endurance. You understand that life unfolds according to God's timing, not yours. You begin to embrace divine delays as lessons, divine silence as a nurturing period, and divine guidance as the ultimate authority. Your soul matures, not by what the world can teach, but by what God reveals when the noise is gone and the heart is ready. Finally, the reward of solitude is empowerment. Walking alone aligns you with God's plan in a unique and powerful way. You are no longer dependent on human support to carry your mission. Your spirit is independent, strong, and guided by divine light. You become a vessel of God's purpose, capable of carrying out His will with clarity, confidence, and unwavering faith. Chosen one, I want you to feel the significance of this moment. Every tear, every quiet night, every misunderstood step has been a preparation for this empowerment. The solitude you have walked, the silence you have endured, and the challenges you have faced are now gifts, tools for spiritual elevation. Embrace them, treasure them. Know that walking alone is a divine strategy designed to awaken your full potential. Your life is sacred, your mission is divine, and the solitude you endure is a pathway to discovering the depths of your spiritual power. The world may never understand, and that is exactly as it should be. What matters is your alignment with God, your trust in His guidance, and your commitment to walk the path He has laid out for you. The rewards of solitude are profound, chosen one. They are not temporary pleasures, but eternal treasures that will guide, sustain, and empower you throughout your divine mission. Do not fear being alone. Celebrate it. Walk confidently, knowing that in your solitude God is revealing your true strength, preparing you for miracles, and shaping you into the fully awakened chosen one you are meant to be. 5. How to stay strong on your divine path. Chosen one, now that you understand the solitude and rewards of walking alone, it is vital to know how to remain strong on this sacred path. Walking the divine path is not passive. It requires deliberate strength, unwavering faith, and a constant alignment with God. You must train your heart, mind, and spirit to endure, to resist, and to thrive, even when the world misunderstands you. First, you must anchor yourself in prayer. Prayer is not just a ritual, it is your lifeline, your direct connection to God. When doubts come, when isolation feels heavy, speak to Him honestly. Let your heart pour out your fears, your frustrations, and your hopes. Do not filter your words. God knows them already, but hearing yourself speak them aloud strengthens your faith. In these moments, you will find clarity, guidance, and courage that the world cannot give. Next, immerse yourself in Scripture. The Word of God is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Every verse, every story, every lesson has a purpose for you. Reflect on the lives of those chosen before you, Moses, Elijah, David, Jesus, and learn from their endurance, their patience, and their unwavering obedience. Scriptures remind you that solitude is never wasted. It is fertile ground where God cultivates your spirit. Do not underestimate the power of meditation. Meditation is more than silence. It is focus, It allows you to quiet your mind, observe your thoughts, and realign yourself with divine truth. Through meditation, you learn to separate what is yours from what belongs to the world. You begin to act from purpose rather than reaction, from faith rather than fear. Chosen one, this is where mental clarity meets spiritual strength. Maintain purity of thought and heart. Walking alone exposes you to temptations, both subtle and overt. The world will offer distractions designed to pull you from your mission. You may feel lonely, and the desire for comfort or companionship may tempt you to compromise. Do not. Remain pure in your intentions. Guard your mind as a temple, and your actions will reflect the strength of your spirit. God will honor your fidelity, and your path will remain illuminated. Develop resilience through reflection. Take time to examine your struggles, your progress, and your setbacks. Each challenge is a teacher, chosen one. Ask yourself, what is God trying to show me through this situation? How can I respond with patience, faith, and courage? Reflection transforms pain into wisdom, confusion into insight, and loneliness into strength. The more you practice this, the more unshakable your spirit becomes. Surround yourself spiritually with supportive energy, even if physical companionship is scarce. This does not mean abandoning your solitude, but rather inviting the presence of God and His angels into your daily life. Read spiritual texts, listen to inspired teachings, and meditate on divine messages. These practices create an environment where your soul feels nourished and protected, even when human companionship is absent. Consistency is key. The divine path is not a sprint, it is a long, deliberate journey. Establish routines that strengthen your spiritual, mental, and emotional resilience. Prayer, scripture study, meditation, reflection, and journaling. These are not optional. They are essential. Through consistency, you train your spirit to remain steadfast, even in the face of overwhelming challenges. Embrace gratitude. In moments of loneliness, it is easy to focus on what is missing: companionship, understanding, or recognition. Instead, focus on what is present: God's guidance, your mission, the lessons learned, and the strength you gain. Gratitude turns trials into blessings and transforms solitude from a burden into a sanctuary. Each day, chosen one, acknowledge the divine presence in your life, even in the smallest ways. Learn to listen to your intuition. Walking alone sharpens your inner senses. God often speaks in subtle ways: a feeling, a thought, a sudden clarity. Trust these moments. Your intuition is the voice of God guiding you through the wilderness of life. Doubt it not, for this is your compass when human counsel fails. The more you rely on it, the stronger your connection to divine guidance becomes. Practice discernment in relationships. You may encounter people who offer help or advice, but not all are aligned with God's purpose for you. Some may unintentionally or intentionally steer you away from your mission. Be wise. Listen, observe, and test the guidance you receive against the Word and the quiet voice of the Spirit. Choosing companions carefully ensures that your solitude remains purposeful rather than lonely. Maintain hope, even when the path feels endless. Hope is a spiritual anchor that keeps you connected to God's promises. Remember, chosen one, every step you take, every challenge you overcome, and every moment of patience builds toward your ultimate purpose. Hope transforms waiting into preparation, silence into meditation, and solitude into empowerment. Finally, embrace faith in action. Faith is not passive. It requires deliberate choice and daily commitment. Each decision to remain steadfast, to pray, to reflect, to resist temptation, and to trust God strengthens your mission. When you act in faith, you align yourself fully with God's plan, and the world around you cannot shake your foundation. Chosen one, staying strong on this divine path is not always easy, but it is always possible. Your strength comes not from human sources, but from the one who called you. The more you practice prayer, meditation, reflection, and obedience, the more resilient you become. Solitude transforms from a challenge into a sacred opportunity to grow spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. I want you to feel this deeply. Every step you take alone, every trial you endure, and every moment you trust God builds an unbreakable spirit. This is your preparation, your empowerment, and your training ground. Walk it boldly, walk it faithfully, walk it with confidence, knowing that God's guidance, protection, and wisdom are with you in every step. You are chosen, you are powerful, you are never truly alone, because God Himself walks beside you, even when no one else can see. 6. Recognizing your mission and purpose. Chosen one, you must understand that walking alone is not just a season of solitude, it is a sacred journey designed to reveal your true mission and purpose in God's divine plan. Too often, the chosen ones become impatient or discouraged because they cannot see the full picture. You may ask yourself, why am I alone? What is my mission? What am I truly meant to do? These questions are not mistakes or signs of doubt. They are the beginning of divine awakening. Your mission is unique, chosen one. No one else is called to do exactly what you are called to do. God's purpose for your life is as individual as your fingerprint, as intimate as your prayer. Walking alone allows you to shed external influences, distractions, and societal expectations so that your true calling can emerge clearly. In solitude, God speaks more plainly. In silence, He shows you the signs, the steps, and the path meant solely for you. To recognize your mission, begin by reflecting deeply on your gifts, your passions, and your struggles. Often, the talents you possess, combined with the challenges you have endured, are clues to your purpose. God does not waste your experiences. Every trial, every heartbreak, every season of loneliness has been preparing you to serve in ways the world cannot imagine. Do not dismiss these signs. Your mission is intertwined with your life story, chosen one, and only you can fulfill it fully. Consider how your calling serves others. The mission of the chosen is never solely for personal gain. You are placed on this path to bring light into the world, to act as an instrument of God's will. Your actions, decisions, and sacrifices have a ripple effect that touches countless lives. Walking alone ensures that your impact is pure, undiluted, and aligned with divine purpose. Those who walk alongside you without true alignment may unintentionally divert or diminish this mission. God often communicates your mission through subtle signs, visions, recurring thoughts, feelings of conviction, or even divine coincidences that feel too perfect to ignore. Pay attention to these signals. They are the compass of your soul, guiding you toward the work that only you can accomplish. Keep a journal, chosen one. Record your thoughts, dreams, and inspirations. You will begin to notice patterns that reveal your purpose more clearly with time. Faith plays a crucial role in recognizing your mission. You may not see the full path yet, and that is intentional. God requires trust. Trust that He is leading you, even when the road is unclear, even when you cannot see the destination. Walking alone is a test of this faith. The chosen who trust God in solitude gain insights and clarity that the hurried or distracted never achieve. Patience and steadfastness are essential qualities for uncovering your divine mission. Isolation also strengthens discernment. When no one is there to influence your decisions, you are forced to confront your heart, your intentions, and your priorities. This introspection helps you distinguish between what is aligned with God's will and what is merely personal desire. Your mission cannot be shaped by others. It must emerge from within, nurtured by prayer, reflection, and divine guidance. Embrace your calling, even if it seems daunting or misunderstood. Many chosen ones feel the weight of responsibility heavily at first. You may sense that the work ahead is greater than your ability. This is precisely why you are walking alone, to cultivate the resilience, wisdom, and strength necessary to carry your mission. Solitude is the divine training ground where your spirit learns endurance, your heart learns obedience, and your faith becomes unshakable. Your purpose is not a destination, it is a journey. Recognizing your mission is not about reaching a final point, but about understanding your role in God's grand plan. Every step you take, every act of obedience, every prayer, and every moment of patience contributes to fulfilling your divine calling. You are being shaped into a vessel capable of delivering light, hope, and transformation to the world. It is natural to feel uncertainty about your mission. Do not mistake this for weakness. Uncertainty is part of the process of awakening. God allows you to walk alone to refine your discernment, sharpen your focus, and cultivate humility. The more you embrace your solitude, the more clarity you will gain. Over time, your purpose will no longer feel vague. It will become unmistakable. Be aware of the signs of alignment. When your actions, thoughts, and prayers resonate with a sense of peace, fulfillment, and divine timing, you are moving in alignment with your mission. Challenges may still arise, but they will feel purposeful rather than discouraging. You will sense the hand of God guiding your steps, confirming that your journey, though solitary, is divinely orchestrated. Remember, chosen one, that your mission is not defined by worldly standards. The world may measure success by wealth, recognition, or popularity, but your divine purpose transcends these measures. Your impact may be quiet, unseen by many, yet powerful beyond imagination. Walking alone allows you to fulfill this purpose without compromise, without distraction, and without dilution. Finally, know that your mission is already within you. Walking alone is not about finding it externally. It is about uncovering what God has always placed in your heart. It is about peeling away the layers of noise, fear, and doubt until only your calling remains. When you recognize this truth, you will feel a profound sense of empowerment, clarity, and confidence. You will know that every step you take, no matter how lonely it feels, is part of a sacred plan crafted specifically for you. Embrace your mission, chosen one. Celebrate your solitude. Trust that every challenge, every moment of reflection, and every divine whisper is leading you toward the purpose God has prepared for you. You are not lost, you are not abandoned, and you are not ordinary. You are chosen, and your path, though walked alone, is destined to illuminate the world in ways only you can fulfill. 7. The importance of faith and inner alignment. Chosen one, let me speak to your spirit about faith and inner alignment, for these are the anchors that keep you steady on your divine path. Walking alone is not simply a test of endurance, it is a call to align every thought, every action, and every intention with the will of God. Your faith must be unshakable, and your inner world must be harmonized with divine truth, for without this alignment, the path becomes heavy, confusing, and filled with unnecessary obstacles. Faith is not blind hope, chosen one. It is a deliberate trust in God's plan, even when the world around you seems uncertain. When you encounter trials, when loneliness presses on your heart, and when doubt whispers, faith is what allows you to continue walking without faltering. It is the unseen force that guides your steps, illuminates your decisions, and strengthens your resolve. Faith transforms fear into courage and uncertainty into clarity. Inner alignment is equally essential. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions must reflect your devotion to God's mission. If your heart wavers, if your mind entertains distractions, or if your spirit strays into worldly concerns, the path becomes clouded. Solitude is designed to purify you, to strip away misalignment, and to cultivate harmony within your soul. The more aligned you are internally, the more resilient you become externally. Consider the power of alignment in practice. When you pray with sincerity, meditate with focus, and act with integrity, you create a resonance with God's will. This resonance attracts divine guidance, protection, and opportunities perfectly suited to your mission. Misalignment, on the other hand, creates friction, delays, and spiritual fatigue. Walking alone exposes misalignment quickly, giving you the chance to correct your course before it becomes a detour. Faith and alignment also foster discernment. Chosen one, when your spirit is anchored and your inner world harmonized, you can recognize God's signs clearly. You will sense the guidance of the Spirit, the direction of opportunities, and the subtle confirmations that your mission is unfolding correctly. Misleading influences, temptations, and distractions will become easier to identify and resist. Walking alone strengthens this alignment because there is no one else to dilute your focus. You learn to trust God's wisdom over human counsel, to rely on divine timing rather than instant gratification, and to embrace patience over impulsivity. This solitary discipline strengthens your spiritual muscles, creating a deep sense of confidence and clarity that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. Faith is also the source of your emotional and mental stability. The chosen ones face misunderstanding, criticism, and rejection. When your faith is strong, these external pressures do not break your spirit. You remain centered, composed, and peaceful because you know that your life is guided by a higher authority. Inner alignment reinforces this peace, ensuring that your reactions are thoughtful, measured, and in harmony with God's will. Moreover, inner alignment cultivates humility. Walking alone humbles you, reminding you that your strength comes from God, not from human support or worldly achievements. You become aware that every blessing, insight, and success is a manifestation of divine orchestration. Humility allows you to remain teachable, receptive to guidance, and faithful in your mission, even when the path feels difficult or unclear. Faith and alignment are inseparable from action.